Right, it's really easy. I'll let you do the presenting tonight. Then
Oh, Ted's broken. Oh.
Don't need to get nervous. This is Seagard, by the way. Yeah, yeah. It's he was going to want to present tonight, but he doesn't say a lot, so it's really a bit pointless, isn't it? Yeah. So you go and sit over there, right? Go and sit over there. Go on. Yeah. It's a puppet. Right.
What was his name? Teagarden. T-lad.
Seagard.
Seagard.
Yeah, it's apparently an Orkney nobleman. So,
yeah, I thought you said T-lad. I'm like, yeah, go on, 2 sugars.
Yeah. Right. Yes. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. It's Monday, and that means it's eModels night. Now, if you've been already waiting for an hour and you haven't put your clocks back, you don't get an extra hour out of us. But yes, no. Yes, but it's Monday night. Welcome to eModels with us. There was 5. He's gone to sleep now. There's who is it? There's Chris, Foxx, Colin, Ted, and I, and Seagan. We're here to entertain you again. So it's all up to you. It's your night. It's Monday night. Foxx, tell them the terms and conditions because I've.
Are you calling for a tag there, Ted?
It's like a switch.
Do you notice how we all left him hanging?
As soon as we go live, Ted's marbles go out the window.
It's like before the camera kicks in, he's like, "We're talking away, blah 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 blah." Camera goes on,
Where's the gin? Need the gin.
Yes, hello everyone. It's Monday. It's eModels time. It's that time of the week when we sit and waffle for a couple of hours about nonsense and hang out with you guys in chat. Don't expect a lot of model making. It's just us hanging out with you guys in the chat. As always, we're going to depend on you guys to give us stuff to talk about. That's what the live chat's about. If you can't see the live chat, you need to be watching us on the YouTube page to join in that. So if you want to join in the live chat, you don't have to. But if you'd like to, make sure to click the YouTube icon that's down here somewhere at the bottom of the YouTube screen underneath the player. I think it's down there somewhere. If you click on the YouTube icon, that will take you to the YouTube page where you can carry on watching and you can join the live chat. And you should, because the live chat's where all the cool kids hang out. But you don't have to.
Yeah, you can watch us on the big telly, but you can have
big telly. Finger of shame.
Only is Mama Fox watching on the big telly. She's watching on the big telly from the Xbox. Even better. So there you go. Yes, if you're watching this and you're on a mobile device like a tablet or a phone, or even, dare I say it, if they still exist, a phablet. They were a thing once, phablets. Then you might need to scroll down because the chat might be underneath the video player.
If you're watching on an Etch-a-Sketch, you're watching on the wrong.
Yeah, we need more curves. But yes, it's your show. Give us stuff to talk about. We've all got the chat here in front of us, as always. So if you want to get in touch with us, that sounds like they're writing to us on a postcard. W12 8QT. If you want to get in touch with us,
we're sorry, we cannot return any pictures he's had.
You went all Bradford then, Ted. Can't return your post. No, Jim, no. Yes, if you hang on.
This is going well, isn't it?
Anyway, yes, we depend on you guys to give us stuff to talk about because, as you can see, we can't do it ourselves. So we have the chat in front of us. Do keep up with us. No, not keep up with us. Keep in touch with us. Oh God, see, can I go over there? I was taking the mickey out of Ted, and it's all gone wrong. Yes, give us stuff to talk about. If you want to get our attention, we've got the chat here in front of us. Put your comment in big fat capital letters or
italic.
I nearly forgot. Boom. I'll do it twice.
Yes, put your text in bold, as Ted says. Put your comment in big fat capital letters so we have a chance to see it. If you do want to, you can do a super chat, which is the dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. That puts your comment in a colour box, and there's no way we can miss your comment. But if you do a comment and we don't respond to it, if you ask us a question, apologies. We're all old and our eyesight's absolutely awful. Do just give it a few minutes and post it again. Do it in all capitals so we have a chance to see it. Chat. Yeah. But don't forget, ask us things in chat, ask us anything. Keep it clean. It's a family show, and please don't mention other retailers, as this is an eModel show. Don't mention other retailers in the chat. It's an eModel show. There you go. Bye.
But I think we've already started a conversation on Swap Shop. If you wanted to swap something now, what would you want? What would you offer, and what would you want? But in the meantime, we'll go over for Death of the Week.
Oh, God, you caught me out there. Yeah, pay attention, Cole. It's all yeah. Right, Festus factoid, Chris.
Ready?
Yeah. On this week in 1948, a killing smog, smog even. Oh, God, learn to read. Blanketed.
Hang on a minute. We're fluffing our lines, and you're actually reading your lines and fluffing them.
I know.
Yeah,
Well,
give him lines to read, and he still looks at it.
Yeah, I know. It's awful.
It's going to be a horrible night if I'm the only one that can speak proper.
Oh, mate, you're right. I haven't done the names yet. Yeah, a killing smog. He done it again.
Oh, good God. It's a dangerous frog, right? We got that. Yeah.
Oh, I've got a fingerprint on my glasses. I've got to clean them.
Yeah, we're 6 minutes in and it's fallen apart already.
Oh,
Colin,
mate.
use your reading finger.
Oh, mate, it's getting that close, mate, isn't it? Hey, God, should we start that again? In 1948, a killing smog blanketed the small town of Donora near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, USA. The people of that working class community went to bed not knowing that a suffocating cloud of industrial gases would descend during the night. The cloud of poisonous mix of sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, and metal dust came from the smokestacks of the local zinc smelter where most of the town worked. Over the next 5 days, 20 people died, and half the town's population of 7,000 people were hospitalised with difficulty breathing.
Hang about, was that a death of the week as well? Was that edging into the death?
Yeah, it kind of was a good little segue into the old brown breads of the week, mate, wasn't it, eh?
Ooh.
Oh, Golden Bennett.
You choose them.
Oh, no. I'm going to start. I'll give you a triple whammy on them all. Go for it, shall we? Death of the week.
Death of the week, death of the week, death of the week.
On this day, in 1972, at the age of 83, Igor Ivan Sikorsky dropped dead, and he built helicopters, or was the pioneer in aircraft design, coincidentally known for his development of the Sikorsky helicopter.
Helicopter, is that helicopter with an H?
Helicopter with an H.
Wasn't that an amazing coincidence that he just happened to have the same name as us?
Absolutely, mate. A lot of effort went into the name.
He didn't really have any choice
company.
as to what he was going to do when he grew up, was he?
This one's going to cheer a few. This one's a Flemish astronomer and solar physicist. And his name was Marcel Gilles Joseph Miniot. And he died in 1970 at the age of 77. And he was a pioneer in solar research during the first half of the 20th century, applying solar spectrophotometry.
Take pictures of lady parts in the sun.
He was one of the first people to make quantitative even measurements of the intensity distribution inside Fraunhofer lines.
Fraunhofer lines.
Oh, that was really useful. That
yeah. And oh God, we got a Russian. John. Oh my God, what's that? He's a Russian gemologist.
It's not like
and his name. He died at 57, folks, by the way. His name is Vasily Vasilievich Dukikuchiev. And he pioneered the study of soil creation processes and their classification. Dukikuchiev regarded the composition of soil as the product of the combined interaction of climate, bedrock, and organisms.
Organisms. That's one of my favourite words. Organisms.
You want some births now, folks?
Yeah,
we'll do a few births then, yeah.
Births, yep.
Let's see what we've got here. We've got an easy one. Max Mason was born on this day in 1877. Where is he? There you go. Xing Shen Chun was born on this day in 1911. and he was a Chinese American mathematician,
How did you
Really?
trip over that one?
an educator whose researches in differential geometry include the development of the Chern characteristic classes in fiber spaces. See, so he was born.
Cool.
Fiber spaces.
A bloke called Gaetano Arturo Crocco was born on this day
That
in
sounds
18.
like some English person trying to order a beer in Italy. 'cause they
Oh,
can't speak.
mate, could you imagine me in Spain? Yeah, Fischio and Chipios. He was an Italian pioneer in aeronautics and space science. See?
Space science.
He was born, and George Frobenius, Ferdinand,
Careful now.
Family friendly.
yeah, Ferdinand George Frobenius was a German mathematician who made major contributions to group theory. There you go. You can have that lot.
Yeah. The only mathematician I knew was Mr. Smith. Then he was in year 5 of that. Yeah. But
I
yeah,
do,
I-
yeah,
I do love the fact that with Festus section each week we invent new scientific disciplines.
Oh, mate. Anders was asking me about. He said, "Do you want me to do a Swedish name?" And I'd literally just loaded it. I went, "Mate, I've just seen what I've got to read out."
Colin, Tim Young says Colin's house is haunted by everyone whose name he mauls while talking about their death.
Thing
Yeah.
is, though, I even get GBH off the hero of her indoors because she's like, "You really need to learn to read, mate, don't you?"
Good. Well, thanks for that, Colin. And you can go and have a rest now. Yeah.
Oh, mate, I've got to
Yeah.
do the what's in store. Yeah, got to read that
yes,
lot out. haven't I?
Yeah, don't forget, folks. Later on, it's what's in store when you can win. I think this week, nothing. But never mind. You can look forward to that. But in the meantime, just going back, I'll read back through the chat, and we got on the subject of Swap Shop. We've got Zadster. He's offering 2 packets of 1978 Panini football stickers, and he wants a new Atari 800. Is anybody out there want to swap with Zadster? Anybody else in Swap Shop tonight?
Yeah, Paul Lyons.
Go on, you go.
Paul Lyons says I've got 5 tank tops to swap for some platform shoes.
Yes.
Yeah. It doesn't say what size they are, but I'm sure you can sort that out amongst yourselves. Anybody else want a nostalgic trip down Swap Shop? If you're on Swap Shop, what would you be swapping? That's a nice one for tonight.
Zadster throws some scientific knowledge bomb our way, which I actually knew, bizarrely. He says that Fraunhofer was spectral absorption lines. Which, for example, if you look at the spectrum of a star and you look at where the lines are, that tells you what elements the star is made of because you can tell what elements are missing. They're the Fraunhofer lines.
I've got a swap shop. I'd like to swap an Airfix starter set for a Space 1990 Eagle transport.
Anders says you did fine, Colin, but he was actually thinking of doing the whole fact to read out in Swedish.
That could be a challenge.
Spriglu says, are 4 English candles equivalent to 4 Swedish candles, Colin?
Fault handles,
Yep. Is that equivalent to 4 Swedish candles?
which is what?
I don't know.
4 candles.
Handles. That was my attempt at Swedish.
It just sounds like you were squeezing something out there.
Yeah, Festa don't do languages, you probably noticed.
Read the post-it, read the post-it.
I am. I'm staring intently at it.
Oh, now we've got the deaths out of the way. I can put my hat on.
Yeah,
Oh, yes,
hat of the week, innit? Hat of the week.
Hat of the week.
Oh, look at that.
He goes for cuteness each week.
Oh, mate, he knows how to get under Mama Fox's. Doesn't he? Hey, look.
What is it?
Is it Roland Rat?
Have you put your hat on yet, Chris?
It's a monkey.
Mama Fox says you're the favourite now, Chris.
Yeah, see, I know these things. I can win quite
That's
easily.
all right, Chris. I'm proudly hand over the torch of favouritisms to you, mate.
The strange
Well,
thing now is though,
Ted had it earlier for a little while, but not for very long.
the thing is now though, I'm getting flashbacks to Pipkins, and if you don't ask me for pies in a Birmingham accent, it's just going to be wrong. All right, you got any pies, like? Flashback to Pipkin? No, never mind.
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's a really cute hat. Chris.
It's rather.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ted's gushing over it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not cool as the Pikachu hat, but it's still cool.
Yes. Anyway, back to Swap Shop. Steve 131's offering a Stretch Armstrong for a pair of flares. So,
Oh, Stretch Armstrong.
Stretch Armstrong. Yeah.
Model Maker Mayhem says, I knew it. Colin is the Swedish chef from the Muppets.
Yeah. Chickadee bird.
Zadza said Pipkins was terrifying. The puppets were really scary.
The thing about Pipkin is, and most people won't know what this is, but if you go back and read about it or watch it, there were some really adult storylines about, like, you know, jealousy, and Hartley Hare was quite a nasty character. When you read into it as an adult, it's really weird. It wasn't really.
I must have got that. Yeah, I'm sure they'll be on YouTube somewhere.
Oh yeah. But you have to go and read about it. It was like there's a lot of adult themes in that program that were just well over the heads of any kids that watched it.
Yeah, it's a bit like Captain Pugwash, wasn't it? But we'll leave that one there.
But
that was all urban myths, or wasn't it?
I don't know. I can't remember much.
I wasn't
much of
that one.
Yeah, if you look at old series of Captain Pugwash, you'll see that all the names and such are just urban myths. I think it was something that was
moving on
by a rag. Yeah.
Family friend.
Sergeant Bones says he will trade homemade cookies for a Frey Bentos because they cost €8 here on the continent.
I've got a Frey Bentos downstairs.
Frey Bentos tin pie.
I've got a tin of Frey
I don't think Frey Bentos are the same as they used to be years ago, because I find the pies all soggy. You know,
I have to agree. Nowadays, Frey Bentos is basically a tin with pastry and soup.
Yeah.
No matter how you make your Frey Bentos, I put it in the oven and it goes like that, and it expands to about 10 times its size. And when you open it up, it's like, and it's just soup inside.
Yeah,
they're not great anymore. Where are we? Anders says hang on, gin. Anders says 1/16 Panzer IV for a. No, I won't trade that.
Well, it's a mostly complete Panzer IV, isn't
it? Yeah.
Graham says he's got
just needs putting together.
Graham's got a box set of Baldur's Gate, Fallout, and Torment to swap. He'd like a Ferrari.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, you used to get some kids that would really try it on, wouldn't you? I've got an Action Man. I'd like to swap it for a colour telly.
Yeah, I've got a pencil and I'd like an Atari, please.
Oh yeah,
that's about right. Dan Kramer says the hat really emphasises my eyes. You know these aren't my eyes. These are they're the. No.
In fact, Chris, pull it down so that's the only face we see. That'd be hilarious. Can you wear it like that so it's just we only see that face?
It doesn't fit like that. I'll have to just go. Hang about. I'll lock it on me first, because I could just go like that.
Yeah, but then you'll fall asleep and we won't know.
Exactly. That's what he's hoping.
Yeah, he's just hoping to fall asleep and keep quiet.
Yeah. Do you think they see him in the hat shop? They see him coming. It's Monday again tomorrow. Yeah. Right. Here he comes again. Get the hats out.
So
I did specifically go into the shop that I got my hats from earlier on today and got a couple of hats. So there are more to follow on the preceding weeks.
Chris is actually the first human being to walk into a shop and say, "Do you do llamas?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Modelmaking Mayhem says Frey Bentos, then pie with filling and metric frac. Yeah, I wish I'd never chose that comment.
Yeah, I was so glad I didn't read that out. He says, looking at the post-it.
Sarah Jane wants to trade her rally bike for a box of tomato flavoured snaps. Are they like snaps? Or they're like the polystyrene type?
They're just little balls, aren't they? Are they the tomato flavoured ones?
Or were they like a polystyrene sort of flattened pittle, for want of a better word?
If they're flavoured, they're probably not going to be packing material. I don't understand. B3's got loads of cans of grey primer to swap for Greebles.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. And also, on the subject of food, it's belly and bench. What's in your belly and what's on the bench? Tonight for me was pasta. And that was it. And on the bench,
Ted, you know the rules.
Pasta.
Can't just say pasta.
No, it was just pasta, I expect. Yeah.
Well, it was tube pasta. I don't know what the Italian name is, but it was tubes. tubes.
Was it pointy tubes or bendy tubes?
It was sort of
Straight pointy?
It was sort of like squash straight tubes.
A penne, probably.
Yeah, well,
What, you can't just say you didn't have a bowl full of just that, though, did you?
Come on. And there was, I think there was a tomato pesto mixed.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
oh.
You did ask.
Can't stand pesto. Oh, it just tastes like cleaning fluid.
We had some pasta tonight as well, but I did it with some mince and beans and stuff as a sort of mix.
Mins. We had KFC because laziness.
Thought you weren't allowed KFC.
Yeah, well, I'm not, but I wanted to treat Mama Fox, and Mama Fox likes a KFC, so I treated Mama Fox to a KFC tonight, and I was forced to eat it against my will.
You don't have to eat it as well.
You know, blaming your mum is very lame.
You could get KFC for Mama Fox and sit there and eat your dry bread.
Absolutely.
My brown rice. But the thing is, I've not had KFC and or really fatty, greasy food for ages. I've got a raging headache now and I feel a bit ill, so it's not a good idea for KFC.
Oh, Stephen L. Harris, he's at the heart, wants to swap him for anything useful. That was a good one, wasn't it? Martin Miles says, anybody remember Spangles?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, go on. Yeah, go on.
The thing to remember about Spangles was they were minging, but they had the goodies font on the label.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, were Spangles, were they the boil sweet or were they the chewy sweet? Like,
yeah, they were like clear coloured.
Yeah, that's right then. Yeah, I do remember Spangles.
What was the chewy one with the green stripes in it?
Pacers.
Oh, could have been, yeah.
Pacers, yeah. Pacers were the white chewy ones with little green stripes. They were minty flavoured. They were spearmint.
That's what Chris. Yeah, that's what Chris asked.
Yeah, that's what Chris asked in Fox. Please pay attention.
I don't know. It's not from. I don't listen to you either. That's fine.
It's like you had a festa moment there, mate. Didn't you, Goldfish?
The funny thing is, all three of you will do it again in a minute.
Absolutely, and you'll mock us as well.
Yeah, you'll do it again in a minute.
Yeah, that was too obvious.
Just going back up through the chat.
Moist.
Model making mayhem says belly spaghetti and meatballs with dolmio sauce.
Oh, Colin, we didn't say what you had for your dinner.
I've had nothing, mate.
Not yet.
Oh,
Not
yet. You've been.
I've been at the hospital all day, and so I've kind of
Yeah, you don't want to be trying hospital food.
No, I should have something a bit later.
Yeah.
Tim Young says belly some vegetarian goujons with mash and honey roast carrots and a gravy. Bench finish off his 144th Uruguayan Mustang and almost finished his Battle of Britain diorama.
EC Idaho, Idaho even.
Idaho.
With no H.
Good eye down.
Belly steak fingers in gravy and benches Lindbergh 148 Stoker and Revell 148 Stoker and the Tamiya 148 0.
Don't forget, folks, by the way, when we do you go through your belly and bench, we don't really care about the bench bit. It's just the belly bit, but we'll read the bench bit out anyway.
What we should do is read the belly out as though it was a waiter reading from the menu, like Paul Lines. Belly, we could have a pepperoni pizza, a double bacon cheeseburger, curly fries, bench. Yeah, that sort of way. That way. Does it work? No, perhaps it doesn't work.
Was that a wibble?
That was a little wibble, wasn't it?
That was, mate.
A bit of a wib.
Anyway, Bench is painting his 1/600 Arc Royal.
Bench some boat.
Oh dear.
Russell Williamson says Chewits. I hope that wasn't your dinner. Who remembers the Chewit advert for the old Chewit advert where it had the Chewit monster eating all the landmarks?
Yeah.
And he gets to a bus station in like Bolton or somewhere.
No, it was Barrow. It was Barrow in Furnace bus
station. Barrow in Furnace bus station. He's like, rah, rah.
Nothing chewier than the Barrow in Furnace bus depot.
Yeah. He eats a Taj Mahal.
Right. There's a modelling question there coming from Phil East. Any idea of the cheapest way to add weight to miniature bases, ideally magnetic?
stick a magnet on it.
Uh,
So, yeah,
That wasn't helpful, was it?
No.
Technically, you need 2 magnets.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a magnet somewhere else, and you want to just make that's not going to be the way he's going to do it. Is he wants a magnet in the base, doesn't he?
yeah,
Mm.
Does he mean the magnet as in? Does he mean? I do have one here. Does he mean that base?
Yes, I think somebody's been watching Duncan Rhodes paint some miniatures and putting magnets in the bottom of his storage box, because you can get flexible magnetic sheeting that you can put in the bottom of storage boxes, and you can put your minis on it to transport them.
Oh,
All right.
But most people just stick a magnet in the base and that's it. But if you could fill it with, say, putty of some sort, like milliput,
liquid gravity or something like that.
Liquid gravity.
although the magnets themselves that you get are quite heavy in themselves, they'll certainly add enough weight to it. So.
Yeah. I mean, you don't need miniature bases. Don't need to be weighed down, really. If you transport them, that's what the magnet does. If you get a metal case, but yeah, just fill the base with some kind of putty or something, and just jam the magnet in it. That might work. That'll put some weight to it.
Right. Donald McKinsey says, Billy, some pasta meat bake on board a submarine.
Hey, what? I've lost the comment now. Where are we up to?
Donald McKinsey, Billy, some pasta meat bake on board a submarine.
Submarine. Are you on a submarine right now?
Yeah, I bet they don't know he's live online talking to us. The bench, the Great White Shark, and the Meng Wandering Earth sci-fi troop transport.
Oh, I like those Meng Wandering Earth vehicles. They're quite cool. I think it's based on a TV series that we don't get in this part of the world. But they're like sort of almost post-apocalyptic style sort of sci-fi vehicle with big wheel, like something out of Terrorhawks. And with very J.R. Anderson in their design. They're quite cool. Let's get some of those. Sergeant Bones says Mongolian beef and rice, homemade cookings. Bench is a mess.
I've just tidied mine up. I did a live stream last night. Eventually, and yeah, I've just tidied my bench up. So I forgot about what's on my bench. I've just tidied it up, so nothing. Where are we going? Don't forget, we're doing the new product. We're doing a new theme tonight. Swap shop. If you were in the 70s, what would you be swapping? And what would you want?
I've got an avocado bath set, and I'll swap it for not an avocado bath set.
Yeah.
Any other bath set in existence.
Yeah.
Avocado, swap your avocado bath set for a lemon bath set.
Oh, I remember being in the 80s for some reason. I've just got some vague memory of seeing in a catalogue, and there was a kitchen set, and this kitchen everything was red and white. Like the blinds were red and white striped. Everything was red with white linings on it, and it was all like red. And it was like horrendous. Like the taps, the draining board, the cat, the table, the lamp.
We had that. We had that very kitchen, red and white. It was just a white base kitchen from Habitat with red little red wire handles, and all your pan hangers were red.
Oh no, this was the other way around. This was like the red door with the white handle.
Oh.
It was worse than that. Everything. You wake up in the morning, you'd be like, "Oh dear God."
We've got some information from both EC Idaho and Dan Kramer saying Wandering Earth was a Chinese sci-fi. It was a live thing on Netflix or Amazon Prime. It's a movie, not a series. But yeah.
I knew it was some sort of entertainment device. We still don't know about Donald McKenzie being on a submarine.
Maybe you can't tell us.
That's true. Well, he said it now. Airy Styrene says belly steak rare. Steak rare, and garlic shrimp and cheddar mashed potatoes. Bench, don't care now. Tack on Russian Typhoon K.
I think they're in the chat. They're doing what you said last week, wasn't it? Where they're deliberately putting it in without punctuation.
Graham M says belly braised pork, mash and peas. Bench, a 172nd scale German patrol boat. Would that be a Schnellboot?
A Schnellboot.
Phil Lewis, belly Spanish tortilla and baked beans. Bench, Polar Light, 32nd scale Star Trek, Shuttlecraft, Galileo, scratch building, control console and light box for the impulse light.
Ooh.
There you go.
Tell you what then, Phil Lewis, you would like the round 2 1/72 scale Federation Deep Space Nine runabout, because that has clear windows and absolutely no interior whatsoever, so you could scratch build an entire interior for that. And if you get the DS9 technical manual, there's a perfectly to scale layout of all the control panels, the acudograms for all the control. You could print that out, you can make it into decals and make all the control panels. You can tell I nearly did that once.
And that runaround is a very sexy shit, because I have seen 5 episodes of DS9. I've been really good.
He's watched 5. He's only got like about 190 to go yet.
I know. I'm building up to it, mate. I've got a Gundam as well, Fox.
You've got to watch for Kira.
Oh, yeah.
Shakira.
Look at the post-it.
Yeah. See, Colin is experiencing that thing that all Trek fans experienced in the 1990s, that little sort of crush on Kira.
It's them little ridges on her nose. I just want to play a tune on them, mate. Oh.
It's a little wrinkles. You're like,
it's like, no. Look at the post-it. Look at the post-it.
Anders Ericsson says, diet day, belly diet day. So hang on, belly diet day. So a kebab salad for lunch.
Kebab salad.
How is a kebab anything to do with the diet day?
Unless she's just got the salad bit of the kebab, hence kebab salad.
Yeah, I think what you do, you take all the meat off and you just stick.
Yeah, he's having
salad on the wood.
Get yourself a big kebab, take all the salad out, put it on a plate carefully, throw it away, and eat the kebab.
He's basically a plate of rabbit food, isn't it?
Yeah. It says a kebab salad for lunch, coffee and fruit now. Oh, I see. So he makes up for the enormous kebab by eating some apples and stuff. I don't think that really works. It says bench humming on a Beatles tune with my own lyrics. On my bench is a yellow Panzer IV, yellow Panzer IV, yellow Panzer IV.
I see what he did there. It took me a little while to work it out, but I see what he's done now.
I got it, and I was deliberately not singing it for.
It's obviously to the tune of Yesterday.
Yes. Well, actually, to be honest, when was it Donald Mackenzie says something earlier, and the first thing in my head was the Beatles song. It was like Donald Mackenzie. I don't know why. So we've all got the Beatles going in our head today. I don't know why.
Emma Jane says dinner same as Tim, but more wine. That's the way. On the bench, a Toon Meng Matilda in June colours.
My Matilda's back there in the cabinet, and I adore it.
Yeah,
brilliant kit. I need to get a proper actual kit of the Matilda. I need to find someone that was like a real 1/24 scale Matilda tank. Would be great.
Oh, what? Foxx back to building armor?
Well, if it's a Matilda.
Only if you Warhammer it.
Well, no, because Matilda looks kind of mint anyway.
Sarah Jane bench Ferrari 312T Lauda F1 car in 20th scale.
Lauda.
Yeah, belly scrambled egg on toast, followed by Jaffa cakes and Malibu.
Ever since she mentioned Jaffa cakes on my stream the other day.
Sorry, it's Lauda F1. I thought it was Lada. I thought it was Lada.
Only Ted could think of. Yeah, imagine Ted driving a Lada around Silverstone. Now that I'd pay money to go and see.
Yeah, we've got on the front of the lineup this week. We've got Hamilton in the Ferrari. We've got Ted in his Lada.
If all the people I know in my life, if one of them was going to have a Lada, it would be Ted. I think.
He would have the Lada Riva Select Estate.
Oh yes,
in that tan and white.
What was it? What was the other car? Not the Lada. There was another sort of Russian type car.
Skoda Estelle, was it? Or
no, it wasn't. It wasn't
Skoda Yugo and Ladas.
Yeah.
It'll come to me as it goes.
Yugo's pretty bad. I remember.
Yeah. It was a typical box car, 3 boxes. I can't think where it was. It'll come to me.
Little box, cardboard fish.
Yeah.
I've got this image of you doing that now.
Ostrich 90,000 suggests about the weighing down the base to glue a coin to the bottom of the base. That would work, except most coins aren't magnetic. Most coins are like copper alloys, and it doesn't really not magnetic. You can, if you're wanting to weigh a base down so it will stick to magnets, but you don't want to put magnet in the base. If you go to a hardware store, a lot of places will sell small chunks of metal and you need to make sure it's metallic, it's magnetic metals. But if you get steel plate and stuff,
you might find some penny washers.
Yeah, Good idea.
They're about that size. So
You better get reels of mag tape as well, didn't you? And mag mats.
Yeah. Or just buy some really heavy magnets.
what else?
Just Bob said, somebody said hello, Pete. Oh, somebody said hello, peeps. I don't know who it was, and then it jumped. It might have been just Bob, or there might be
Just Bob says hello, peeps, mate.
Oh, okay. Then it was just Bob. And then he also says Esri Dax 4. Yeah, I was more Kieran Reese, and Jadzia was more my taste than Esri, I think.
So after that, Ross Metlock says, Billy, can of Foster's, that's fine. But Foster's, yeah, could you? Yeah, no. Yeah,
drink a real beer that's actually ale.
Yeah, Foster's is all right if there's nothing else, but then it's
Whole Lines has got a modelling question.
Oh dear Lord.
Yeah, we don't need that.
He's just bought some ab Tai lung oils and he's asking what's the best way to apply them.
Depends what you want to do. What do you want to do with them?
Slap it on.
You need to tell us. Slap it on. You know, Ted, you've got to do that. You've got to do the thing with the
slap it on.
Hang about, I'll press the button.
Slap it on.
There we go, that's easier.
Yes,
old Ted from the past does it better than you Ted now.
Old Ted from the Ted Shed.
Old Ted when he was younger, yeah.
When he was younger, don't sing it. Shh. But yes, let us know are you trying to paint or whether, or do you want to do a wash, or it depends what you want to do.
It's for weathering, he says.
Oh, then you need to know: are you doing streaking, filters, dot filters, dry brushing?
Yeah, it's sort of like an open question. How long's a piece of string? What do you want to do with them, and how do you want to do it?
With a paintbrush is my answer to that question.
If you watch my Millennium Falcon build on this very channel, I think the last 2 episodes, it might be the last episode, I do all the weathering, almost all the weathering.
You mean episode 6?
What was that? Episodes 4 and 5 then, was it, mate?
Yeah. I do pretty much all the weathering with Abteilung 502 oil paints. And I show you how to do dot filters, streaks, dry brushing, and something else. How to make scorch marks. So I'll show you, because if you're using them for weathering, it's really dry brushing, filters, dot filters, streaking. That's kind of it.
Because you also did a dot wash on your knackered transit, didn't you?
Yes, I showed that as well.
Yeah.
But the Falcon's kind of got it all in one episode. So that'll show you. It'll show you dot filters. I don't think I did filters, just dot filters, streaks, and dry brushing, which is kind of. If you're doing either of them, it will show you. Dot filters and filters are basically just the paint's always raw. It's not thinned or anything. And dry brushing, of course, is just neat as well. So.
And don't forget the infamous gunk wash as well.
Gunk wash, yes, the gunk wash is the best. You just literally get the paint from the tube, Starship Filth, slap it on, Ted.
Slap it on.
Don't slap it on Ted.
No, don't slap it on Ted.
No.
Gunk washes, model piece, raw oil paint, cover it in a raw oil paint, wipe the paint off with a cloth, done. But that's like a nuclear option. So, yeah, have a look at that last episode of the Falcon build, episode 6. It's got all the weathering, and most of it is with the Abteilung oils. They are brilliant. They are the best oil paints for model making by far.
Oh yeah, they're brilliant, mate.
You need buy no other oil paints. Everything's for sale.
Moving on. Moving on down.
Somebody says, was Dax the worm? Yes.
Just Bob would like to swap his mousetrap game. Mousetrap. Yeah, for a 1/24th P47 Thunderbolt.
Mousetrap. Anything? Okay. Philly says anything cheap that will stick to a magnetic surface. I plan on storing my minis on a wall using magnetic sheets. Cool. Or you could put the magnetic sheets in a storage box. Get yourself the thin storage box from the Easy Box company. The transport boxes. You can transport them and you can stack and you put the sheet in the box. In that case, yes, just go to your local hardware store and look for. You could get some washers and glue in a stack of washers on each base. Just make sure they're not aluminium. Make sure it's like a magnetic metal. Take a magnet with you and go. Ting, that one will do.
Ferrous is the word you're looking for.
Ferrous, yes, that's the one. Yeah, glue washers in there. That's a good idea. They don't need to be strong. Although I probably would say actually use magnets because those magnetic sheets might not be that magnetic. I don't know.
I've got some magnetic tape that's not very magnetic, so I would expect the sheets to be not very magnetic.
Yeah,
as well.
I would err on the side of caution. Actually, put magnets in the bases so that at least they're magneting to the magnets. Just make sure you get them the right way around, otherwise they'll go bling off the wall.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. I'm going to put it on the wall. Oh.
Chrissymon1001 asks Ted, what's happened to Titanic?
It's over there.
Next.
Sprue glue addicts going, it sunk.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just waiting for them.
Spoilers. Some of us
Um,
haven't watched the film yet.
Just waiting for some divers to salvage it, and then I can get back on with it. There's lots of excuses I can make up to why it's not done. It is there. It's waiting to be done, and I'll get round to it.
Well, let's be honest. You are the only person with actually 3 eModels builds on the go at the same time.
Yeah.
What have you got? You've got the Digger, you've got the Titanic, and you've got something else.
When you say on the go,
Well, I mean, theoretically in progress.
It'll soon be fall, won't it? Because have you got your Christmas build?
I haven't got the Christmas build yet. I still haven't. I haven't even thought of looking, but I will do. I'll look very shortly. I'll probably do a Meng tank.
You better do it quick, because otherwise we'll order for you, and you'll get some Japanese like high school girl figure type kit.
Would we
That's what
do
he
that
wants,
and
really.
stitch him up? Didn't we do that last year? We did, didn't we?
We will do. We could do.
while we're talking about eModels builds, look,
Models build.
I've done some things. I've put some stuff together. It is the Ben's Patent Motor Wagon 1886.
Oh, I forgot you had that.
The first production motor car that I'm building for eModels. eModels.co.uk, your one-stop shop for all your model making needs.
That was profesh.
I've been doing some. So, yeah, I've done some.
You know that eModels is like buses. There'll be no videos for ages. Then they'll all come along.
And then we'll all do them, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got the ball tank, I've got the CBR Fireblade, and the Titanic sat there for them. So it's
Give
like
us a close up ball tank, Cole. I mean, as in speak it into microphone close up ball tank.
ball tank because
There
it's
you
a ball, isn't it?
Ball in it.
And it's a tank.
What you've been
Ball
working on?
tank.
Tim was doing that. What you've been working on, Ted? Show us what you've been working on.
Who, me?
Yeah, you're the only one called Ted.
Oh, right. Have we got time to show you what I've been working on?
Well, there's a big thing behind you.
You want to see this? This is what I've been working on.
Oh, look at that! Oh,
Look, I'll show you what it does now because
Ted. Oh.
it does technical things now. First of all, we can when I find a switch,
All the bits can fall off.
put the lights on.
Oh.
And the backlights as well. Look at them.
Ooh.
Ooh. And then we can put the front switch on. That
Steady,
one.
Ted.
And it does this. Woo. Look at that. I didn't do anything. Look.
Oh, look at that. Oh.
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 Oh yeah, turret of turningness.
So all we need is some sound effects. We'll go pew, poof. Target left. Poof.
Oh, I've got moist. Oh.
Look at burn.
You've gone what, Fox? I didn't hear that properly.
Moist.
Bit of trouser tank going on there with your Baneblade, Ted. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if eModels have got any Baneblades in stock yet, but they are getting over time. They are getting some Warhammer stuff in. So I suppose you could always ask them. You could drop them an email if you want one of these and ask them.
I've spoken to James, and they are over the next few months. Obviously, with the world being on fire, they've got a bit delayed with getting all the stock in, or getting stock from Games Workshop and stuff. But they will have stuff like Baneblades in the coming months.
Yeah.
But if you do need to get one, if you want to get one, just give the guys a shout, give them a call, drop an email, say, listen, can you get me a Baneblade, please? Because everybody needs a Baneblade, and you can guarantee your turret's still whizzing around, Ted.
Yeah, it's still whizzing. I might just leave it. Yeah.
Here you go. Chew.
So you'll know that you'll know that if I freeze.
I'll tell you what you need to do, Ted. What you need to do is you need to make a massive scale or 1-to-1 scale model of model making chicken, but build one of them little servos into the head.
Yeah.
Yes, so if you do fancy one, give the guys at eModels a shout and ask them when they'll have them in. They are expanding the Games Workshop range. It just takes them time to get the stock from Games Workshop, and of course, with everything being on fire for the last few months, it's been difficult to get new stock in. So
Yeah.
do stay tuned. They are expanding the range. They're getting more paints. They've got more paints in. But I can promise you now, the moment they have Bane blades in stock, I will be painting one and filming it for eModels. Because how will I not paint a Bane blade for eModels? Come on now. Come on.
But Chris and I have been doing a Baneblade Sunday, so we've been doing these online, so you can always go and watch that. But not that we're plugging other channels, but
and I can promise you that my next eModels build will in fact be a Games Workshop, a Warhammer kit. But I'm not going to say any more than that.
Yeah.
I've been working on a Lehman Russ, talking to Games Workshop, a little Lehman Russ tank, which I bought from eBay as an absolute abortion of a paint job, and I'm repainting it. So it's coming
that's
along.
part of the trauma thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Basically, it had a badly painted green and black camouflage scheme, so I'm repainting it properly, like a normal person, but with a decent paint job. But sticking to the original paint scheme. So that's my plan: is to repaint it, to teach whoever the original artist was that painted it how they can paint it better.
Spruglu said, "Ted, please don't go over to the dark side."
Too late. He's got a Beyblade, mate.
I'm not. Yeah, I promise you, I'm not going over to the dark side. This was a bit of a compromise because, first of all, Foxx and Dad sent me it, and second, it's a tank. So
you do realise though is you've lulled them into a sense of security now, and they will start sending you bits of an army, Ted. That's how it starts.
Point out that is not Ted's first Astra Militarum Imperial Guard vehicle.
No.
Hang on, I've got this one.
Which he hasn't finished yet either, you see. Not finished that one yet.
It just needs weathering on us. I've got some dudes for it as well, but I can't find them. I don't know where they've gone.
Find them.
But yeah, I've got that to finish as well. But again, it's a tank.
Yeah, he likes his tanks. If they had Warhammer battleships, he'd be all over that like a rash.
So I'm not quite moving over to the dark side. It's a bit of fun. It's a great build, and it's actually got my mojo restarted because it's dead easy to build. It goes together like a dream. There's bags. I can't wait to paint it. Start painting.
We knew you'd like it simply because it's a massive big tank.
Yeah, massive big tank. Super massive big tank.
Super heavy, super massive big tank. B3 says, can he swap his Action Man Deserter? It was the Miners' Strike and my dad was skint and just got me uniforms and no figure for an Action Man motorbike and sidecar.
Oh,
I had
yeah.
a motorbike and sidecar.
Yeah. Paul Lyons says, I've got a mate who knows a few people at GW, so we'll pass Ted's name over to be an ambassador for him.
Phil Lewis says, I'd like to swap my legs for ones that don't hurt.
Malcolm says, I'd like to swap Ted's build for anything he wants.
Steve 131 says, chicken breast wrapped in cheese and bacon. And Tamiya 35. Start that again, Fox. It's because he's not put bench or belly in there, you see. Right. Steve 131 says, chicken breast wrapped in cheese and bacon. Bench, Tamiya 35, Yag Tiger. I think he means 135th Yag Tiger.
Athol says Billy tonight was chicken with potatoes in a mustard sauce and bench. That's chicken with potatoes and in a mustard sauce and bench.
Punctuation, people.
In the process of moving rooms for winter. It's winter. Yeah.
Donald McKenzie says, I was working on board and sometimes it's easier to eat on board the boat. That's still giving us no information about this submarine.
Now then, yeah, it must be, I'm taking it must be a submarine commission because the shipyard wouldn't let you have a phone or anything in.
Yes, Ted knows because Ted's done submarines.
Can you tell us which submarine, Donald? Donald McKenzie.
Donald McKenzie. No copyright. Don't sing. Shh.
Just Bob wants to swap his stun gun for a Big Mac.
Yeah. Phil Lewis says, I haven't been able to get a runabout for sensible money. They're like 30 quid. They're not the original 1996 release. Just go for do a Google search for round 2 Federation runabout. They're like 20 quid, 30 quid. I think that they might now be out of print again, but they're not expensive. The guys at eModels don't have any in stock, so
Dan says eModels is very patient given how long you guys take to actually build up these kits. It's nothing as long as it's done within the TED build schedule, then we're okay.
Yeah, when everybody starts working on TED time, then
I'm really far behind on the chat. I've just realised.
Yeah, we did used to get sort of pestering emails saying from Pete saying how you're getting on with such a build and how you're getting on with this, and then I think he just gave up.
Yeah.
Where we at? Where we at in the chat?
I've been just sort of jumping around a bit.
We may have to rush forward in the chat because we're a long way behind, I think.
Michael Strawman says, "What's the Christmas build this year?" And Sprugloo says, "Foxx has already built his Christmas build." Yes,
I haven't. It's here. It's here. Look, it's in box. It's in box. Not even been. Well, it has been opened because I've got some paints in there as well.
Which
and
one?
he's painted it.
Yeah.
No, I've just opened the box and put the paints in the box. It's not been opened. It is the British Infantry tank Churchill.
You've got the Churchill, right?
Long Churchill.
Yeah, I can see mine, but I can't reach it. I'm doing the Char B1.
Yeah,
heavy.
I'm doing the Chibi Titanic, which is over there, and I'm not going to attempt to walk at the moment.
And Ted, of course.
I haven't made my mind up.
Yeah, that's about right. That's the Ted we know and love.
I think I'll do a tank, but which one I don't know. But I might. I'll sort some out. I will.
I mean, it's less than 2 months till Christmas,
Yeah.
It's not
promised this year.
It's not far, is it?
Not even unpack mine until the live stream, and I won't. So what you'll get is these three guys will finish theirs, and I'll have glued like 4 bits together by the end of 3 or 4 hours. Complains when I get it all pre-put.
Was that the Hovis music playing in the background, or the ending of the Incredible Hulk?
I've got a little violin downstairs. It's like that big.
Yeah, it was proper walking away theme there, mate.
It was. I didn't so much drop the mic as just gently place it down on the surface.
Yes,
just turn around and walk away.
We'll get the Wanda over there.
But I know I'm a slow builder, which is why I do all the pre-priming and stuff. But I have given in this year, and I will start from a fresh sprewed kit, and we'll see how far I can get.
And then halfway through, he'll subtly change it for the one that he's already built. And painted.
Here's one that I painted earlier. Didn't I do this quickly, lads?
Now I'm going to put the first coat of primer on, and there's the camouflage done.
EC Idaho asks Foxx or Chris, how about a quick build of the Round 2 Space 1999 Hawk? Is that like the other one with that's like scaffolding? I don't know it.
It's the same as the Eagle, but it's got a different front end because it was a combat variant.
Yeah, I've got no interest in doing a flying scaffolding thing. No.
It's 1/72 scale. It's the old 1990s, 1980s kit re-released. Chris into his. You should do that, Chris. You should get him.
No. Scaffolding, isn't it?
Scaffolding, but that is an old kit, and it's not massive. It's 1/72 scale, I think. I've done an Eagle now, though. I don't need to go back.
We don't want to remind you of your Eagle sat all that way away from you, lonely on the shelf. In the dark, Fox. In the dark. On a windy day.
It might be in the dark, but it might have left the lights on.
Yeah, and it's there all on its own in that dark place.
See that bottom lid?
I know. It's like an half-inflated dinghy, mate. I'm impressed.
Apparently the Hawk was a brand new release about 3 years ago.
It's round 2, but aren't round 2 re-releases? That's the whole point of round 2, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a retool, isn't it?
I thought round 2 were just re-releases of older kit, as in retools. But yes, no, I wouldn't do another one, even the smaller one, because if it's a smaller one, it won't be as good as the big one, and I'll just have sadness. And if it's a big one, I'm not doing another big one.
Anyway, moving on. Donald McKenzie said he's working on the SSN 23. I had to look it up, but then he tells us later on in the chat which boat it is. Dave Cardboard said I wanted to know because just in case it was a boat I'd left my screwdriver in.
Hang on, wait! You can't tell us that he tells us what it is and then not tell us what he tells us it is.
Yeah, he tells us later on in the chat. It's a USS Jimmy Carter.
There we go.
It
was hanging.
Yeah, it's a boomer.
Michael Jackman's got a big moment tomorrow. After 6 weeks of masking and spraying, he's removing the masking tape off the Golden Hind Hull.
Oh,
You're doing proper trumpets and everything, mate.
Yeah.
that ripping that when you take your masking off, it's like unwrapping Christmas presents, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I did with the Berlin camo one that I did on the tank. It was like, oh, I hope it's camo of goodness been revealed.
If
When
a
I put
masking tape's been on there for 6 months, might that be a problem?
It's not ideal. It depends on the masking tape. It
Yeah.
depends what the masking tape's gone on top of. It can be a problem, but it probably isn't. Michael Drackerman knows what he's doing anyway, so it'll be
We
fine.
hope it isn't.
Yeah, I mean, I was nervous when I took the masking tape off my Eagle transporter. Going back to that, when I took the tape off the cockpit windows,
Yeah.
because I just had visions of A, the cockpit window going ping, falling inside, and B, that I'd messed it up and got paint on the clear part, and because that was on there for quite a few weeks. Took it off, and it was like, yes.
Yeah, I had it with my UE, the Tamiya tape, but it went down over clear, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when I come to do the shear line on the Titanic, which you'll probably see in a video at some time, because the Titanic hull is all rivets, the masking tape didn't lie properly on
Yeah, she might get some bleed. Yeah,
it bled underneath, but it wasn't spoiled. A little bit of hand painting. It was rescued.
All you need to do, Peter, with this big massive hole in the side, and it makes it more accurate. Dan Kramer wants to see the inside of your Bane blade.
All right, yeah.
It looks like a Sherman from this angle with a T62 turret, weirdly.
Right, I'll take all the bits off that are usually going to fall off, and I'll show you inside it. That bit falls off as well.
Show us your bits, Ted.
Shows you, it's a bit of a mess inside at the moment.
Did you get that turret to stay on, by the way?
What?
Did you get that little turret to stay on the sponson that fell off last night?
I glued it on.
Yeah, the one that fell off completely by itself.
Yeah, that's it. The one that ejected itself. Yeah, inside here we've got the servo to work the turret, and I've got to hold this, and then we've got a little bit of sort of just down here. Oops.
Easy now.
We've got
And now it's all broken.
a little bit here of electronical wizardry that makes the turret turn and the gun flash, and then we've got 2 battery packs. I've just tried to do it so things don't fall out. We've got 2 battery packs. There's a bigger battery pack there for the servo, and down in the bottom is the battery pack for the LED lights, because the servo's a little bit more hungry than
Now you can go downstairs and tell Mrs. Ted that you held your bottom up on camera.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. It just needs a little bit of tidying up. I just put it all together tonight just to see how it works and to show you lot.
If ever there was a tank that begged for an interior, but hey, they did used to do an interior for the Bane blade, but that's back in the old Forge World days when it wasn't that kit. So
yeah, there is a picture out there. Somebody's drawn of the inside of a Bane blade.
Oh yeah, there are cut through diagrams. There's like
so if anybody wanted to build an interior of one, there's loads of room to do it.
as an idea for how big the Bane blade will be in real life. There's actually, you see the tracks where the wheels and things are, the side bits. There's actually people inside that bit. Inside the side parts where the tracks are.
Yeah.
Inside there. In that bit there. There's people in there doing stuff. I love that. I love that turret. Pew.
Well,
Pew.
there we go. Yeah, so that's a Beyblade. Yeah. So that's inside it. Yeah, there's not a lot inside, but there's bags of room for all sorts of. I think should anybody be building one in the near future, you could put sounds and things in it.
I'm not doing lighting in anything, Ted. You know me. I don't do lighting.
You could put lighting. You could put lighting underneath and lighting.
Yeah, lowrider.
Yeah, low ride it.
Use some hydraulics.
Yeah.
That many wheels on that tank, you could get it to the worm.
Yeah, you could put some super Earth magnets in it and make it float.
Super Earth magnets.
Yeah, you could put some strong Earth magnets in it.
Yeah.
And then you could
Super
just
Earth magnet. You mean rare Earth magnets?
and then it would
Super rare.
It could be a hover tank with wheels and tracks.
Anyway, it's 10 o'clock. It's what's in store time.
Oh yeah. I
And
suppose
it's
we'll
Colin's
better.
turn tonight.
Dan Kramer says, thanks, Ted. I like the solution you did to mount the servo to the top hull.
Yeah, I'll I'll take a few pictures of how I did it so that anybody wants to do it in the future will be able to see. I'll link it to the Small Scale Lights website, and you'll be able to find out how to do it. But anyway, at 10 o'clock, it's over to Chris, not Chris, it's over to Colin tonight for his What's in Store. And
Yeah.
tonight, you can win a big bag of nothing again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big bag of dada, nana.
It's just
Nothing.
a type. Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just a fun tonight. All you have to do is wait, have a look at Colin's What's in Store and work out what the tenuous link is between everything. And then at the end, save your answers up until the end, until Colin says go.
Yeah.
And then you put in chat what you think the link is. But remember, don't guess before he says go. Otherwise, we'll have the finger pointing.
Yeah, you'll get the finger of shame. Yeah, can't have that.
Finger of the shame. Das ist richtig.
Did Ted just do Fox's terms and conditions?
He
I
did.
think he did, yeah, really professionally
I
as
don't
well.
mind that off.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to wake up now because the drugs have kicked in.
Yeah, he'll turn his hat round in a minute because he'll go all gangster then, won't he?
If
Yeah,
you've
the
never
drugs
heard
are in.
Ted do beatbox, you've not lived.
Oh, mate.
Right,
yeah.
we're on Colin then, ready for What's in Store.
Over to Colin for What's in Store.
Over to Colin for What's in Store.
Yeah, it's me again, folks. I pity you all. First up is a new arrival. It's a Tamiya 1/72 scale Lockheed Martin F-33B Lightning.
That looks stupid.
And it just caught my eye as soon as I saw it. And
It looks like a dumb plane design.
yeah, it's got pilot dude and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, we're now seeing these flying over the UK because obviously they've been delivered, and I've actually seen them flying down Lake Windermere now.
Yeah, well, they're due to come down to go on the Queen Elizabeth, Ted, didn't they, and the Prince of Wales. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's the ugly plane.
So it's got flappy bits as well.
Dan said it's got a huge air conditioner behind the cockpit.
Yeah, and look at them big booms, eh?
What happens is when you order one of them planes, you get an enormous crate of ping pong balls to put onto the big fan so they can float above and do that.
Oh yeah, and it's got a bendy jet there on its Harris, and it's like have some of that.
That's a dumb looking plane.
It is.
I assume it's a VTOL thing, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I didn't realise it was VTOL until they came,
Yeah.
till he arrived and they landed. Yeah.
I'm assuming that basically it's got two turbines. What I'm going to guess now. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. See if my brain can figure it out. It's got a typical turbine that goes from front to back when the engine's pointing out the back and it's going zooming forward. And then when they want to land, the nozzle at the back tilts down and they kick that turbine in.
Yeah.
Then tips over and.
Oh, you're good.
I don't know.
It's a short takeoff and vertical landing stovel.
Oh,
With its rotary engine nozzle and lift fan. So there you go, mate. Technical Fox tonight,
I'm
mate.
going to guess it's an American design though, because if it was a British design, it would look much better.
Yeah. I mean, Britain we had the Harrier, didn't we? So yeah, it was proper. But
That's just just like the fighter plane version of a GM truck.
yeah, and it's got loads of decals, folks,
Lovely model, eh?
and all of that. So yeah, look, and there's the bendy bit.
Ostrich says it's replacing the Harriers with an H.
That's it.
With an H.
Replacing the Harriers, mate. I know, yeah, I like that. It's a nice bit of airplaneness going on there, folks.
You've got some potential to make that into an Orc plane of some sort.
Oh yeah, and if like Ted and myself, you're into lighting stuff up and doing weird effects, it's
Just to clarify, but I'm not criticising the look of the kit at all. I'm criticising the look of the actual aircraft.
yeah, it's kind of a little bit stealthy and a bit too clinical.
It
isn't
looks a little bit sort of short. I think it'd be better if it was several feet longer.
Yeah,
It's a bit squidgy, isn't it? The kit looks fantastic. I just mean the design of the aircraft as an
Yeah.
actual aircraft looks a bit.
it's not an Harrier, is it?
Not an
like-
Harrier.
I think the US Air Force got the guy that designs the Hasegawa egg planes. He's like, can you do a fighter plane for us, but like for real?
Absolutely, and for 35 quid, that ain't bad, mate.
Yeah.
That's on the wish list, that one, mate. Next up, Vallejo menu discipline. Vallejo weathering effects, 40 mil frame marks. and I'm getting into the old Vallejo environment stuff. So if you're into doing your weathering effects and streaking and
Yes,
all of that, it's
some of the weathering effects and some of the diorama type stuff that they do is pretty good.
yeah.
The paint itself is not bad. It's sort of cheap and cheerful type stuff.
Absolutely.
But certainly when they sort of knocking out the weathering effects and the environment type stuff,
I think they're going for bread and butter entry level model makers, aren't they? At the end of the day, and there is that little niche in it because obviously you got your MIGs and things like that for the more advanced modeler. But if you're just getting into it for a $5,
to be perfectly honest, I in terms of quality, I think Vallejo and Ammo are kind of equal. I don't think really Vallejo is the kind of beginner end at all. I think
I'd put them about the same.
Because it's basically they're all enamel basic products. They're all going to be very similar.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've got their water effects and all of that, and I don't mind them to be quite honest with you, So
I've never figured out the rain marks thing. Is it like? Because I've never used one. I assume it's like just supposed to give like a dusty effect, like rain's deposited.
Yeah, it's a bit, when your car's been rained on and it dries, doesn't it? It gives it that.
I assume it'll make it look moist.
Moist.
Yeah.
Is it a dampness thing or is it like a stain?
It's mildly moist, Foxx.
Yeah, I think. I think it's meant to look like rain has just run off and sort of taken.
Yeah.
Moisturosity.
So wrong in so many ways. So yeah, if you fancy getting into doing a bit of weathering and watching the videos that these guys do on their weathering effects, then bottom of that.
Let him get on with it.
Get out my ear.
Shut up, Foxx.
Item number 3, this is the one you all have to go out and buy, by the way, is a Bandai 1/48 scale Star Wars snow speeder.
That's Star Trek, Ted.
Yeah.
I didn't say Star Trek, did I? No, because I'm not Ted.
Star Trek.
And it's a snow speeder. What more can I say? But you've got a couple of little dudes in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to... Go on.
I was going to say, if you never built a Bandai kit and you like Star Wars, get Bandai Star.
Oh yeah, I mean it's why I threw it in there because, like I say, I did a Bandai one. You got me into that, but I just suddenly realised I'm trying to talk about Star Wars and I don't know nothing about it really. But
all you need to know is Bandai make the absolute best Star Wars kit.
Yeah, if you haven't done one, grab one.
Yeah,
they really are nice.
No other Star Wars kits from other manufacturers compared to Bandai at all. Don't even try.
And again, it's a good little starter to get panel lines and starship filth and sludge and stuff like that, and really start practicing a bit of weathering. And of course, you've got a couple of dudes there in the brightest of orange suits.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they stick out like a blind cobbler's thumb, don't they?
Probably good if you're stuck in the snow. You want to stand out a bit, I suppose.
Well, yeah, I suppose that's clues in the name Snow Speeder, I suppose, isn't it?
Dan Kramer says there's an aftermarket photo etch set for it as well. So.
Oh, is there?
Probably is.
Yeah.
They usually are for those kind of things.
And it's highly detailed down to the smallest detail. You've got 2 canopy options in there. You've got clear parts for laser beams, retractable air brakes, pilots are included, and a couple of decal options are included. And
yeah,
I like the look of that.
They tend to include, because it's Bandai, they have a hangover from their Gumpler business, so they include stickers, but they also include proper grown-up.
Oh, you get the water slides as well as the peelies,
Yeah, so you can throw the stickers away; they're useless, but the water slides are brilliant. And I think if I remember right, the cockpit options are you get a cockpit frame with no clear in it, if you want to do like the studio miniature style, or you get a clear cockpit with the canopy frame molded in, so you can mask off the bits.
I haven't looked that far into my Gundam box. I opened it and started doing coon noises and curling my toes up like a 5-year-old.
We'll talk about that when we come back in a minute, then, because somebody here has a Gumpler, but we'll talk about that later.
Next up, we've got, again, this goes on to what I'm going to be doing. It's the Weathering Magazine issue 30, and it's abandoned. And it just caught my eye because that paint scheme, I just love that weathered look, and it's something I want to learn to do. So
that's also a 1/35th scale Cesabi bust, but there you go.
Mm-hmm. Stu stocked quite a number of these books. I think there's a series of them, but they're really useful for what yeah, just for
Absolutely. I mean, I'm looking at some of the pictures that are inside it, Ted, you know, with the tanks and the decaying vehicles,
Mm.
it's a
Yeah.
weather's dream, isn't it?
I mean, these magazines, again, it's the kind of thing where Viejo and Ammo, because they're like mortal enemies, they kind of do the same stuff. And as soon as one of them
Yeah.
does it, the other one does it. So
Absolutely.
for us modelers, the fact that Viejo and Ammo are mortal enemies is brilliant because it means they both churn out good stuff. to compete.
Absolutely. I mean, we all get these, don't
Yeah.
we? And we all sit there having a looky loo at them, and
Yeah.
there's a
But-
bit of everything. But you get the techniques, you get the colours used, and the application methods, and
It's
brilliant.
really nice because you get not only like lots of sort of brain food, you get lots of ideas because a lot of the contributors will have pictures of their work. That's our point.
Yes.
But they'll have a few features in each issue where one of the creators that made the thing will walk through how they did it with lots of clear photographs. So it might be, you know, you don't make that particular kit, but you'll learn the techniques, and there'll be other stuff in the magazine
Yeah.
that gives you lots of it. It's just great. It's a great resource because you might not learn, there might be a technique in each issue that you don't particularly care about. You might not need to know about mud, but there'll be other stuff in each magazine. You'll always learn something, and you'll get
Oh,
ideas.
yeah.
So it's worth getting these.
And
just
you
for
go back to them, and like you say, for the price, you can't argue with it, can you? Because
Philly says he's got a fair few of these magazines and he's learned something from all of them. A magazine is
absolutely,
good- yeah, a magazine is good as well. It's all well and good having it on your computer or phone, but when you try to do a little, when you're using them sort of as reference and you try to read off the computer, one that you can't see it and you have to go over to it to read it, or then the screensaver cuts in and you have to
yeah.
Well, it's like me, the Lehman Russ I'm painting now. Before I started painting it, I drew like a color scheme, a piece of art with the color scheme on it, so I could look at it constantly because I need to know what the original looked like. So I drew it cartoon so I could see it, but I have to have my iPad in front of me so I can look at that. It'd be much easier if I just had it on a piece of paper in front of me.
Yeah.
Magazines are great for that.
I mean, Dan Kramer's got a good one there. He recommends the Abteilung 502 worn and weathered damaged model magazine. I think you featured that on one of your What's in Stores, Fox, didn't you, a little while
and
back? And that's a hefty looking publication as well.
Yeah, and that's Vallejo because although it's really confusing, Ammo by MiG is nothing to do with MiG Productions. Even though they were at one.
The only thing that magazines don't do is they won't zoom. So however many times you try,
that's where I'm going wrong, Ted.
you can't zoom the picture. But I've tried it. I've done it. Yeah, I've tried to zoom it. I didn't realize you look it up.
Ted's got a little thing he clips on front of a magazine now that just says "Move closer to face."
I kept trying to right click it to save the photo, and it just wouldn't do it. Now I know why. Cheers, mate. But for
magazines are invaluable. Yeah, magazines are brilliant, even just if it's just for ideas and resources. It's always good to see how other people do stuff, just so you can get the ideas.
Now comes something that will cheer Fox up. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm 40k. You see, I'm not really Age of Sigmar, but
hey, mate, it's Games Workshop and it's dudes. I'm like, phantom of knowledge on this. But for those of you that are into it, it's ancient skeletons even, and mouldering corpses crawl from their barrows, called forth by the dark sorcery of Nagash, Supreme Lord of the Undead.
Oh yes.
And,
it's basically a starter set. This is like a little starter fun set.
Yeah, it's a box of dudes, isn't it?
Yeah, Age of Sigmar is kind of the fantasy version of alternative to 40k. It's Games Workshop, but 40k is like the grim, dark.
Be careful, folks. It's like drug dealing. They send you in these little cheapy, sort of easy build type things, and then you get hooked.
Oh yeah, they lull you in with false sense of security. But if you're into your, excuse me, if you're into your sort of detail painting and things like that on a small scale, then this is the stuff to learn.
But this is also a little gameplay starter set. So you'll get, if I remember rightly, you get a bunch of good guys and a bunch of bad guys. You get a bunch of Nighthaunt and a bunch of Stormcast Eternals. They're not really good guys and bad guys. But you also get the real basic stuff of like a measuring thing and a play mat. And it's like a little small skirmish game if you're wanting to get into Age of Sigmar. And there's similar starter sets for Warhammer 40k as well. Not only do you get to make and build some lovely little models and get them all painted up, you also get the basic bare bones stuff to have a quick skirmish game to learn the basics.
Absolutely.
You get your dice and everything else.
You know, some of the folks that paint these are so hyper talented, aren't they? And you can get really into it. And So if you're
You
into
get a beast, you get a beastie, you get a griff hound. I think it's a
yeah,
griff
is that a
hound.
Griffhound?
It might be a
Griffin?
griff
Oh, no.
charger, I think.
Griffin's got wings, isn't it?
Yeah, you get quite a lot in this set, I think.
Yeah, I'll have a look. I've got a load of them. Vincent kindly sent me a load of these
Yeah, the
blokes.
Nighthawk. They are quite cool. What do you get in the box, Cole? Does it say down below? Ooh, look at that.
Just having a look at Lou, mate.
Oh, there we go. Actually, for what was it, 25 quid, and you get all that's
Yeah,
pretty
you
good.
get 15 push fit miniatures which can be assembled without glue. Sorry about me throat. There you go. Each of the Eternals miniatures in the box are as easy to build push fit models. What's that? Alligator, no, castigators even.
Yep.
And a loyal Griffhound.
Griffhound, that's the one.
There
That
you
big
go.
puppy dog thing.
So yeah, did I sound like I knew what I was on about?
Nah. Yeah, so if for 25 quid you get a whole bunch of models, really nice models, and you get the basics to have a quick skirmish game as well to get you into the
Absolutely.
thing. So you can have a good week of painting for 25 quid there for those minis. And you can play the game afterwards.
You know, looking at these dudes and that, if you're into your painting and that, and you're going to end up with a Citadel paint collection to die for, so go for it.
And the thing with the Age of Sigmar stuff as well is with 40k is a lot of guns and vehicles and tanks and stuff like that. Age of Sigmar can be a lot because it's a lot more fantastical.
Yes,
it's almost a different painting style. There's lots more glazes and washes and subtle transitions of color, so it can be more fun and more challenging to paint some of the Sigmar stuff because they are like the Nighthaunt there. They're all kind of, if you click on one of them ghosty things for me, Colin, you'll see they're all kind of like transitions from white to the blue, and there's all kind of faded.
Oh yeah, so I was looking at some of the paint effects on them just now. I mean, they're beautiful, isn't it? You know.
Yeah. So you'll find with the Sigmar, it can be a refreshing change from the 40k because 40k is kind of industrial, not all of it. Whereas Sigmar can be a lot more esoteric and this kind of, it's a bit more interesting to paint. So if you're in, even if you're not into 40k but you've tried it, give one of these a try. They're just great fun to paint. 25 quid for all these models.
Like you said, 25 quid. Yeah, it's still in it.
When
you're still awake, Ted.
I know. Keep in mind when you get these Games Workshop box sets, they always basically cost less than it would to buy the models individually. So you're always getting a bit of a deal when you get these little box sets. Always.
Could someone wake Ted up?
No, just wondering if he was still around.
It's gone over his head.
So someone give him a poke.
Yeah. So if you're into your detail painting and things like that, and you want to have a go at these, then grab yourself some. Next up is the Italieri 1/72 scale Sunderland Mark III. And you gave us a good old factoid on that earlier, Ted, didn't you? It was built up near you, was it? Is he still there?
He turned his microphone off.
Hang on, I'm still here. Yeah.
Is that so we couldn't hear him snoring?
You should have learned you should never touch your microphone once we're live. It breaks
Yeah, the Sunderland Mark III flying boat was actually built in Windermere.
That was it.
It's built at Whitecross Bay during the war. They built a whole village for the workforce so they could churn them out.
They built a whole village, but it was a pig to take off, so they made a flying boat instead.
Windermere, is that where Donald Campbell?
No, Donald Campbell lost his life on Coniston. Windermere is where I work, and the Whitecross Bay is just the next bay around from the museum where I work at.
So you can reel this factoid off when you're next there.
And we actually have if you see on the wings there, you'll see the sort of floats.
Yeah.
We actually have one of them in the museum. Just we haven't got room for the whole flying boat.
Somewhere there's a Sunderland going round in circles on a lake.
Can't land because someone's heighted one of the sponsors. Is it sponsons they're called?
Yes, sponsors.
Sponsor.
Yeah, floats. Yeah.
The obligatory bit of photo etch looks like it's been put in there as well.
Can I just point out something here that's just blown my mind? It's a 1/72 scale kit, and you're getting photo etch for the instrument panel.
I know, it's mint, isn't it?
Can I just point that out? It's a 1/72 scale kit.
Yeah.
Instrument panel photo
and
etch.
you're getting photo etch
for the instrument panel.
But the real thing was huge anyway. So the even the 1/72, it's going to be big.
And you got a nice choice of different paint schemes there as well. So have a little looky look,
white,
folks.
green, or green and white, or green and white and grey.
I was trying to make it sound windswept and interesting, mate.
Green and white, or white and green.
Yeah, I'll put the artwork there, folks. I'll give you a quick recap then of what we've had. First up was the Tamiya 72nd scale Lockheed Martin F-35B Lightning.
Lightning.
You had a bottle of the old Vallejo Environment Weather Infects, Rain Marks. Bandai 48 scale Star Wars Snow Speeder.
Not Star Trek.
No.
No,
Battlestar
no.
Galactica.
Star Trek was the one with the K9, wasn't it? And the bloke with the scarf. Is that it?
Space Wars Trek Star.
No? Next up was the Weathering Magazine issue 30 Abandoned, which is wheedling its way into Fester's trolley. Then you had the Games Workshop Age of Sigmar Storm Strike set. I know, course, sounded all profesh there.
I know.
And last but least was the Italieri 72nd scale Sunderland Mark III.
You just
That's
said last,
quite a
last
nice
but
box.
least.
It's quite a nice box art, that.
That is a nice box art. I like that.
It's a nice picture, that, isn't it?
It's almost like that. It'd be good if you actually got that card in the box as a piece of artwork.
Well, yeah, I don't know whether that's.
It looks like kind of a piece of art in the box, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it doesn't say whether it's a piece of art. It could be something on the back of the box, a nice bit of artwork, but it'd be pretty cool if you got that in there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop sharing, folks.
Ostrich said he'd like to build the Sunderland, but there's no room.
Yeah, I mean, £37, that ain't bad though, is it, for a 72nd kit with photo etch in it, mate?
Yeah, it's gonna be, yeah. Nice.
Just remind you, photo etch for the instrument panel on the 172nd scale kit.
So, folks, if your chance to win nothing, have you refreshed and dragged?
I think as bonus, we should have a winner and a runner-up as well.
Yeah. Can we have a third place as well then?
We can have a runner-up.
So, for your chance to win nothing,
just for the fun.
Go.
Go. I think it's too difficult for people. They don't know what it is.
What?
Straight
80s
in
pop
there.
classics.
Ian M.G. Thompson comes straight in with weather. Correct, mate.
Yeah.
So, because it's one of my watching
Everybody's
scores.
this week. I thought you could have challenged them, but yeah.
Andy M says the theme is weather in it.
Yeah, weather in it.
It's weather because it's
As soon as I put it in the chat, Ted come back and went weather. And I thought I'd done well. I thought throwing the Sunderland in was a tenuous.
Yeah, that was well done. I like that one.
You know, I took a leaf out of your book there, Chris. It contained it in part of the word.
Yeah, what is the link with the flying boat then? Just because it's bad weather?
No, Sunderland.
Oh, right.
Oh, a little bit of Chris action going on there then.
Yeah, that's what I just said about the tenuous Chris style link.
I shall get all of you at some point. You'll all learn.
Yeah.
Sorry, I fell asleep in the.
Obviously, throwing Games Workshop in was a nod to Foxx as well, but that was Storm Strike.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dan Kramer says about the Sunderland, he says it has a ton of clear pieces for Windows 2 that makes for lighting options. I assume that's
absolutely, yeah. You could have a good old bit of fun with that.
You could get some little motors in the engine and get the prop spinning round.
Absolutely, I've got some of those little nano motors.
I assume you can get little wee fella, tiny little fella.
Yeah, they are ickle, mate.
And when
you know what?
The only thing is though, when you turn them on and the propellers go, do you have this massive model of an airplane that goes?
Yeah, it's like a dentist drill. Yeah.
Because we've had Colin's What's in Store this week, you know what that means?
It's yours next week. No.
No. Look at him. Yeah, look at him nervously. A couple of folks were asking about, have you had a beard accident because your beard's gone very short?
No, I just trimmed it today. I don't actually like growing all the sides out. I just
mine's gone a bit like it's gone a bit like a paintbrush. So it's
I don't like it growing on the side, but I'm also exceptionally lazy when it comes to Monday morning. I'm like, I can't be bothered having a shave. So sometimes it just grows and then I get rid of it. So, but I had to cut my hair as well.
Oh, good haircut, mate. Yeah,
well, my beard trimmers don't work. So my beard trimmers don't work, so I had to use my hair clippers to clip my beard, and I thought I might as well do my hair while I'm here. So,
last time I did my beard, I had that infamous clipper accident where a big chunk of it just went missing.
Very important message: we have to sing "Happy Birthday" to Nana Sunrise.
Ready? Yeah.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Nana Sunrise. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, mate, I think that's People will be downloading that as a ringtone, wouldn't
Yeah.
People will be downloading that as a torture tool.
they?
Mark asks me, why is it called the Lake District when only one is a lake? That's actually quite right. There's lakes and there's meres and there's waters and there's only one lake, but it's called the Lake District because it rains. Because
Why is like Coniston not a lake or Windermere?
it's a
Windermere's like 100 miles long. Why is it not a lake?
Yeah, Windermere is a mere. Coniston is a water. I'm trying to think which is the lake. Somebody will tell us which is the lake. I can't remember. But
Lake Windermere.
no, that's a mere.
Mere.
Oh, of course, it is closing the name Windermere.
What's a mere then? I mean, Windermere's like 10 miles long or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 10.5 miles long, a mile at its widest point, and 265 feet deep.
How is that not a lake?
Oh God, we turned him into tour guide Ted.
He's good, isn't he? I want to go up there now and have one of Ted's tours.
Obviously, it's
the Lake Windermere.
Come and have a ride on our steamboat, and I'll be crew, and
I'll tell you something, mate. When the world has stopped being on fire, you got yourself a deal. I'll come up and do a TED tour, mate.
Yeah. I'll take you out on the Osprey, and I'll take you out.
Yeah, I'll look forward to that.
We'll all go.
Got yourself a deal. We'll have a road trip, and we'll all come up there and see you, mate.
When you say take him out on the Osprey, is that one of them US Marine things with the wings that go like that?
Yeah.
They do fly over quite often as well.
But you've got to bring me back, though. That's the downside.
Yeah, but a nice trip around the lake.
Yeah.
So there is only one lake because it's called the Lake District, isn't it? It's not the Lakes District. It's the Lake District.
Yeah, the Lake District. Yeah.
Singular.
I still want to know why Windermere is not a lake.
As I say, it's because it rains up here. We call it the Lake District. If it didn't rain, we'd just call it the district.
Yeah. Tim Youngs is saying, yep, eModels road trip. Honestly, what possibly could go wrong with us three reprobates on Ted's boat?
Nothing at all.
Come up to Lake Windermere, come to Windermere Jetty, and ask for Ted to take you out on a special steam trip.
We could do it on a Monday and do the eModel show from your boat.
Osric 9000 says the full TED experience.
Yeah. Nobody needs that.
Yeah, no.
It won't be long before you can see Windermere Jetty on the telly. In spring next year, we're doing the show in Antiques Roadshow, filmed at Windermere Jetty, starring Ted.
Will you actually be on the telly box, Ted? For real?
I was on the telly as I stood in as an onlooker, giving lots of.
Have we got to see how many of the antiques have got an eModel sticker stuck to them?
A little eModel sticker just in the background.
When you stood, did you stand like this?
Yeah, I stood like that, giving it lots of
proper thoughtful pose, was it?
When you said it's not worth a lot. It's worth about 200 quid. You have to go, oh, yeah.
Oh, you're good.
Can you just look a bit, sort of a surprise when she's.
Does that mean you're Mama Fox's favourite now that you're a TV celebrity superstar?
Yeah.
You'll be getting brownie points here, Ted.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I will be available at the end of the program for autographs.
Yeah, I was going to say, can we get a signed picture when we come and see you on the boat, mate? Now that you're famous,
I think we should be like Radio 1 and Radio 2 disc jockeys, shouldn't we? Where we send
mate.
People say,
don't ever ask me to be like a Radio 1 DJ.
I'll put my phone on my walking stick and get a selfie with you. Look, TV Ted.
Can you send me a signed photograph, please? Of course we can.
Were you not tempted to stand in the background and do like a Lloyd Grossman and be like, fine, okay,
he's got to do the tour in the voice of Roland Rat. Steve 131 thinks he may have already been on your boat, Ted.
Oh right, yeah. Have you been on the Osprey of the Steam launch? Yeah.
Brood Blue wants to know if the full TED experience has buttons.
Oh yeah, you ain't got no big red buttons that say do not press, have you?
There's no buttons to press on the boat trip. I don't press any buttons. I just talk at people.
Tim Young says, can we book it like a celebrity cruise? And also, Ted is a precious antique.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that old man over there will have known when this was built. Yeah.
Well, what was built? I know that mountain.
Yeah.
Ian Thompson says, smashy and nicey, eat your heart out.
Absolutely.
For charity. Really is great there, fellas.
Yeah. So if anybody is coming up to the lakes, just drop me a line. Tell me you're coming. I know that
You know what day to take off.
yeah, Nat and Lewis have been up to see us, and so yeah, anybody's most welcome if I'm about. I'll see you.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You're
good.
hoping that more people come up and give you expensive tank kits.
Yeah, I could. Yes. Yeah.
That's happened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
but-
we're not going to humiliate you in any way by coming up there wearing our TED t-shirts with your face all over it. And
Do you know,
'cause we
Colin,
wouldn't
when
do
you did that then and you started going, I was like, what is he going to do now? When
hey
you were-
mate, that's only at the weekend. That's only at the weekends, mate.
As you started doing that, I'm thinking, I'm not doing tassels. No.
Yeah, I had to stop myself there because I was going to have one going anti-clockwise and one going clockwise.
Look at the post-it.
Yeah, I'm reading the post-it as we speak.
yeah. I think this conversation is now going downhill, and it's time to call it a night.
So we can't go downhill.
We're already at the bottom. Oh, right. Anyway, it's got one. It's that finishing time again. It's about 10:30. It's time we're all in bed. So yeah, especially me because I'm up at work tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for joining us tonight. Another successful Monday night. I don't know how we get through an hour and a half with totally unplanned. We haven't a clue what we're going to talk about.
Ted, that's how you get through it.
Yeah, that gets us through it in the end, and especially when the drugs kick in halfway through the stream.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Thanks, and we'll see you all again next week. You don't have to adjust your clocks next week. It will be back to the normal time. So we'll look forward to seeing you then. As I say, thanks for joining us this week. Look after yourselves. If you're in lockdown, try and keep yourselves occupied and keep yourselves busy. Look after yourselves, but stay safe, everybody, and we'll see you all next week. So thanks to Ted, Foxx, Chris, and Seeker. Bye.
Take care, folks. Stay
Bye.
safe.
Good night, all.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Yes, amigos.
Good night. Right, Chris, press the button.